are discovered or found for this incident, and I'm just going to tell you who some of those people are. So you know that there are advocates within the county and within the municipality that actually support safe cycling. And you all know we are vehicles just like a car. We have a right to the roads just like a car. And us guys and gals that are out here for fun, fitness, and fellowship are not doing anything wrong. We're just trying to enjoy and stay healthy. So some of the folks that helped us get here, the first lady I wanna acknowledge, because she's the one that's gonna hold them accountable, is Miss Sherry Boston and her staff from the DeKalb County District Attorney's Office. They have been hip to hip with us in trying to figure out who did this, and we're going to hold them accountable. They're going to be responsible. And next we had the DeKalb County Commissioner for District 7, the Honorable Lorraine Cochran Johnson. She has been phenomenal in making this happen as well. And look, these are the folks that can get things passed and can help us hold people accountable. So we want to make sure that they understand that. And I asked my pride, please give them a rousing round of applause. You know, and I can't say enough. Let me go back to the commissioner's office. Her chief of staff. So the commissioner gave the instructions, but you know who implements, right? The one with the power was the chief of staff, and she has done everything that she could to, and you'll hear a proclamation here in a moment, but she's been instrumental in making things happen. But in addition to that, the chief of DeKalb County Fire Rescue, Chief Darnell Fulham, the chief for these gentlemen, he's the one that authorized him to come out and share in this event with us, and so we need to give him a round of applause as well. Now, you know, this is about safety. And safety comes from many different directions. How about the guy from DeKalb County Watershed Management who said, you know what, Mitch, we need to give you guys all vests so when you're out there on the road, you're safe. So these people that you see in these different vests that are helping manage this ride, that's all because a guy from a seemingly disassociated function said you guys need to be safe. So we want to give him a round of applause as well. You guys know that Stonecrest is a new municipality. The mayor pro tem is George Turner. He's the one that actually helped us get the permit for this event. And oh, by the way, they waived all the expenses for the permit. So how about that? Now you notice we have cars in two driveways. Colonel James Kirkwood, retired, is a gentleman that provided the video to the DeKalb County Police of the accident, which we're using to try to discern who perpetrated this tragedy. And Mr. MacArthur happened to be outside a few moments later, and he also provided information to DeKalb County. We owe our neighbors a round of applause. And those of you that went to Barry's celebration of life also know that his HOA was instrumental in making comments and things, and they are also represented here today. Miss Doris Johnson and the Hunters Hills HOA. We appreciate the neighbors. We appreciate them for coming. So let's give them a round of applause. Now, before I introduce the family members, I just want to tell you that Barry was an avid runner before he was a cyclist. And he had a little knee issue like most of us old guys. You know, we turn 60 and we start falling apart, right? But Barry used to run quite frequently with several people. And this morning, one of his running buddies, Mr. Lovell Thornton, made a run symbolically from the church to this location as a symbolic gesture to the memory of our friend Barry. Let's give Mr. LaVille, stand out here so we can see you. So you can see that Barry touched us in many, many different ways. Avid cyclist, quite fun, loved to do this, and it was his passion. So today we have with us from Barry's family, and I'd like you all to be able to see the family members. We have his two daughters, Rashida and Jamila, and I think the husband of one, and ma'am? Okay, so we have two daughters, a husband, and a family friend. We are all grieving with you, but we'd like to give you a round of applause for just being here today. Okay, now, we have a few other things that we want to do here. Now, we told you that the commissioner has been instrumental in making some things happen. And so, with that, Charles, where are you? I'm going to turn it over to...
Thank you so much, Mitch. And Mitch has led this whole project from start to finish, and it's just been a joy working with him. He puts his military flavor to everything, but we've been on mission, and we couldn't have done it without Mitch. And to the family, we still mourn with you. We have a couple of proclamations to be read. First, representing the city of Stonecrest is Miss Tammy Grimes, city of Stonecrest council person. Come on up.
Good morning, everyone. Can everybody hear me? Because I hate mics. You can hear me? There you go. I'm born with one. So let me just say, this road is important just for us educators. Let me say that. I'm an educator. Many of the people who travel to the school that I work, Salem Middle School, use Crossville. It is even more important to us now because one, Mr. Barry gave his life for it. So I promise you, I will spread the word. I will say what I need to say to make sure that everybody who travels this road travels always with the memory of Mr. Barry, okay? You have that word from me, not as a council person, but as a constituent, as a citizen, and as someone who uses this road to get to educate our children. So I will definitely do that. Mr. Thornton is a longtime parent of Salem Middle School. Trust me, if Mr. Barry was a friend of Mr. Thornton, there you have it. And 17, you know how I feel about you. You're the best station in the district. That's my district, y'all. Mayor Pro Tem could not be here because he had loss in his family. And so he asked me would I step in, and as we do in Stonecrest, we do things together. Here I have my representative from the state, Amani Barnes, here with us, just a phone call. And she said, I'm coming to support you. So there we go. I'm not going to say anything else but what I was told to come here to do. Put my glasses on and here we go. Whereas Mr. Barry Rudine Collier was a 30-plus year resident of the Huntersville neighborhood located in DeKalb County, Georgia, Lithonia, and Stonecrest, respectively. Barry was an adored neighbor to his community and a cherished patriarch to his family who enjoyed cooking and gardening. And whereas he was a revered member of the cycling community, Mr. Collier was known as a proponent of bike safety, good health, and running. He could be seen riding and running at the Arabia Mountain Trail, South River Trail, Stone Mountain Park, and other DeKalb County roads. And whereas his affection for cycling led him to serve as a founding member of the GPS Cycling Club of Lithonia, along with addition to memberships with Velo Atlanta Cycling Club, Velo 60, and Frog Cycling Club Atlanta. And whereas through his life of service, Mr. Collier was active with charitable organizations such as Hosea Feed the Hungry, Rescue 1 Century, NAACP, and ACLU. And whereas Barry was tragically struck and succumbed to injuries sustained while he was cycling on Thanksgiving Day 2023 in his home county, DeKalb County, Georgia, therefore the city of Stonecrest, Georgia would like to take the time to acknowledge Mr. Barry Rudine Collier, the life he lived, the legacy he left behind, and the awareness he so passionately brought to cycle safety in and around the Stonecrest community. In witness wherefore, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the city of Stonecrest, Georgia, to be affixed this 10th day of February 2024. Mayor Jasmine Cobble, City of Stonecrest.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilperson Grimes. Just to explain, when you hear Velo Atlanta cycling clubs, and we appreciate all the cycling clubs represented, there's some independents here too. But when you hear the term Velo 60, that's a group of us old guys that started together with Velo Atlanta. We started to fall apart, and we continued to ride. But Velo 60, we're like the deep state of old guy cycling, something of that nature. Anyway, thank you so much. Next, we're going to have a staff person from the DeKalb County Commissioner Lorraine Cochran Johnson's office. She has just been phenomenal and so easy to work with as far as getting a proclamation done, headed by her Chief of Staff, Dr. Leah Davis. With us today, we have Ms. Jennifer Manigault, a marketing specialist in her office, and Mr. Michael Pimpton, a volunteer. Again, Lorraine Cochran Johnson, she represents DeKalb County Super District 7. So we have a commission proclamation from them also. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank you all for coming together today, and thank you for inviting District 7 to be a part of this. I'm going to be reading this proclamation on behalf of Commissioner Lorraine Cochran Johnson, who could not be here today because she had to attend a conference. Whereas Barry Rudine Collier, a lifetime resident of Lithonia, Stonecrest, and DeKalb County, Georgia, was an avid and safety-conscious bicyclist, runner, and user of DeKalb County's Arabia Mountain Trail, South River Trail, Stone Mountain Park, and DeKalb's roads and lanes. And whereas Barry was an advocate for cycling, good health, and safety, and was much loved and respected by fellow cyclists and athletes, having served as a founding member of the GPS Cycling Club of Lithonia, a member of the Velo Atlanta Cycling Club, Velo 60, and Frog Cycling Club Atlanta. And whereas Barry lived an exemplary life of service, being involved in numerous charities, including Hosea Feed the Hungry, Rescue 1 Century, the NAACP, supporter of the ACLU, and was always known to be a cool, calm, and informed spirit, loved by all who knew him. And whereas cycling requires all motorists and cyclists to be safety conscious, fully aware and attentive to the road ahead, and obedient to all signs and road markings. And whereas Barry was a 30-year-plus resident of the Hunters Hill Neighborhood Association, a beloved neighbor, cherishing his time at home with family, enjoying cooking and gardening, and enjoyed to be seen riding through his neighborhood. And whereas Barry was struck on Thanksgiving Day afternoon, November 23rd, 2023, while riding his bike, experiencing the joy and freedom of cycling, a sport that he loved so much, and that has now been forever changed. And now, therefore, we, the DeKalb County Board of Commissioners, take this opportunity to recognize Barry Rudine Collier, his life, legacy, and passion for safe cycling, and his love for his family and the amenities of DeKalb County. Further noting that we shall never be forgotten and shall forever be memorialized by this proclamation and placing of the Ghost Bike Memorial in his honor. Proclaimed this 10th day of February 2024. Commissioner Robert Patrick, District 1, Commissioner Michelle Long Spears, District 2, Commissioner Larry Johnson, District 3, Commissioner Steve Bradshaw, District 4, Commissioner Marita Davis Johnson, District 5, Commissioner Ted Terry, District 6, and Commissioner Larry Cochran Johnson of District 7. Thank you.
So this original proclamation will be read at the full DeKalb County Board of Commissioners on the 14th of February, and they will present that to the family at that time in a very nice, plain ceremonial artifact. At this point,
My condolences again. I'm State Representative Imani Barnes. I represent part of the Stonecrest delegation. So it was nothing just but a phone call to get me here. I just want you to know, on behalf of the state of Georgia, we also send our condolences, and we will recognize you at the state capitol when you are ready. I just want to say thank you on behalf of the state and our condolences.
See, this is the kind of support we didn't know we could garner until we started the process. And they are advocates for safety. I mean, they're amongst us. And we need to ensure that we get the benefit of that, because it could have been any one of us. Barry went out for a Thanksgiving Day ride before dinner, a 1-hour ride while his family was preparing dinner, not less than a mile from his home, and he was tragically taken from us. So let me tell you about the Ghost Bike. A little information. The Ghost Bike, the first Ghost Bike ever, was placed in St. Louis, Missouri in February 2003, when a citizen saw a cyclist run over and killed. And he didn't know who the person was, but he painted a bike white and put a sign on it that said, "A cyclist was killed here." Subsequent to that event, that idea struck a chord, and it was picked up in New York City, where a lot of bike couriers were struck and fatally injured while they were performing their duties. And it's caught on. There are 650 of these monuments in over 200 different locations around the globe. Around the world, guys. And so the person that brought it here home to us in Metro Atlanta is David Matthews. David, where are you? From Bike Friendly Atlanta. Walk up here, young man. David, come up here so we can see who you are. David was in an accident in, I want to say, April 2011. As he's finishing a ride, somebody decided to turn in front of him as a distracted driver, and he spent 7 weeks recovering from those injuries. And during that recovery period, he had an epiphany that he wanted to do something to ensure that we never forget our fallen friends. You can see that on the Ghost Bike, NFOFF. So let's say that. Never forget our fallen friends. One more time. Never forget our fallen friends. David, we appreciate you for doing this. We thank you for doing this. And we have the same passion as you for doing this. David has placed, this is 113th bike that he has personally placed around the country, as far north as Virginia, as far west as Texas, and as far south as the Keys. That's dedication, and he's about to go on a trip to place 7 more between here, the Florida Panhandle, Louisiana, Alabama, and back to Georgia. Let's give him another round of applause. Thank you, David, for what you do. And I'm going to put a plug in for him because he'll never do this. His website is bikefriendlyatlanta.com or .org. You can donate because he does all of this out of pocket. He is a 501c3, so it is tax deductible. But you can donate.
It's a sad day, but it's very beautiful. Thank you on behalf of our family.
Thank you, family. God bless the family, the daughters. At this time, we're going to ask that you replace your helmets. We're going to, those of you that are going on the 10-mile ride, we're going to be facing to my left in 2 pelotons. So we're going to ask the first group to mount up behind Coach Rob, Rudy, and Mark. Because you guys are going to be behind the fire truck. So let's get set up. Those that want to go back to the church, We're going to ask you to make a U-turn right here. We'll put a SAG vehicle behind you with a sign and a flashing light heading back to the church. And we're going to ask our first responders from Engine 17 to mount up and escort us down to the turnout to the park. Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Sir, thank you.
Before you leave, Charles, I think, was talking to you or someone about how we made the donation to I think what we want to do is take you guys shopping for $100 going back there. And we drive and support all the participation.
There's a microphone in there.